So you've been doing this for how long? How many years?
All right, so I've been professionally working as an artist for about 16 years. I fell in love with this niche of toys about 4 years ago. And I freelanced for just countless number of companies. But the problem with freelancing is that you got a boss, right? You got a guy over your head telling you exactly what to do, and I was really good at it. I was a chameleon. I didn't have a style, I didn't have my own kind of like distinct line work. So what I eventually did was I stepped back. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna stop my freelancing for a little bit, and I'm gonna figure out who I am. So I sat back, I created a little art name for myself, so it didn't tie me to my real name. Which is Alex Rivera, by the way. I'm just throwing it out there because I like the name. But it gave me a chance to kind of just be free with what I wanted to do. And out of that, you know, we sat there and I just went back to the basics. Sketch on, you know, pencil and paper, you know? And I found myself, which was pretty interesting. I really found this kind of happy medium of a style that I can call my own, but also doing what other people love. And the craziest part, when those two things combined, it was all of a sudden, people are liking what I'm doing, and people are like supporting, and that's where it all started, man. It just blew up from there. So I'm chasing the dream of creating, you know, my own figures and all that stuff. And in the process, you know, I'm putting my artwork out there for everybody to kind of see and enjoy. And like I said, man, it's unique, it's different, you know, maybe not for everybody, but it's for someone out there. And if you buy with me, I buy with you. It's how we do it, you know?
So how did you come up with Playful Gorilla?
Oh man, all right. So that one I give 100% credit to my wife. Shout out to Kim. She we sat there and I got to a point real fast where creatively I was stuck, man. I was working in a corporate environment, and I always felt that given the opportunity, man, I could do something, right? I could go out there and just beast mode it, you know? So she always looked at me, she's like, man, we gotta come up with something that's unique, that's you, that's beast, that's just, you know, a monster. You know, you're like, I always said it was like, you know, give it a chance. I'm a sleeping giant. Like, give me a chance. Trust me, I will make it happen. So she sat there, she's like, man, she said, baby, I call you my gorilla. That's what we're gonna call you. And I'm like, but that's kind of, you know, crazy. She's like, no, the Playful Gorilla. And I'm like, yo, and that's it. I have not looked back, and it's been my thing for the last, oh man, almost 5 years now, man. It's been crazy.
That's good. So where do you get your inspiration from when you do your toys and when you do your artwork?
Well, you know, a lot of it starts from, like I said, of what I grew up with. You know what I mean? If you look at the stuff that I do, everything I do on my own is you know, things from my childhood, the cartoons, the movies. Like, listen, I'm like, me and my kids were movie buffs. Like, we're watching movies all the time. So every time, anything that kind of just calls me, I just go deep in it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where you'd be surprised what inspires you. But for me, it's always it's what I'm used to, what I love, what I grew up with. You know, nowadays when I'm, you know, watching a new flick or a new movie, what's calling me? You know what I mean? Like, you know, certain movies out there are just on and popping, and we just, you know, just trying to pay homage to those guys who are entertaining us. If I can just pay it forward a little bit and entertain the public, you know, I did, you know, I'd be happy. You know what I mean?
So how'd you come up with the logo for your company?
That one was interesting. Once the name was in place, I just sat there, man, and like, it's one of those rare instances where it was kind of what I wanted to do moving forward. It was not think about it and let the character kind of come to you. I know it sounds kind of cliche, but you know, sometimes you get in this mode where you start creating and things just pop off. You know, I started sketching out some gorillas and some apes and monkeys, and you know, sitting in a pile of sketches, you know, my Playful Gorilla just popped up, man. It was just kind of creeping, and I'm looking, I'm like, that's it right there. I show my wife, and she's like, legit, done. That's what it is. And honestly, it was a testament to where I started. So you can look at the line work, you can look at the execution, and it was the beginning of this whole process. So you look at it, it's kind of a little rough. And you see what we're doing today and what I'm doing today, and it's just like, I always liken back to that logo. It's like, that's where I know this all started. it's gonna ride with me till the wheels fall off. You know what I mean?
So you do a lot of chibi style work in your art. What made you go with that rather than a more realistic style?
So I can, it's one of those things. It was, to be honest, a business decision. I do a lot of the convention circuit, everything from Wizard World in Philly to New York Comic Con to C2E2 out in Chicago to D-Con out in California. And what it came down to was, so I decided to kind of do this full time. And it was one of those decisions to say, okay, well, if I do something in a style, how can I turn over something fairly quickly but still call it my own. Still call it my own kind of, if you look at it, there's little features here and there that you can say that's a Playful Gorilla piece. And that's what it was. It was basically saying, you know what? I love cartoons. I'm a big kid, man. Let's be honest. I'm a big kid. So cartoons was always the influence, but it was more saying, okay, I can crank these out pretty fast. I can, if I can make 3 people happy instead of 1 at a convention, listen, let's do that. I'm all about spreading positivity and love, and the style kind of represents that. Something that we can kind of go through quickly and give you something that you absolutely fall in love with. You know what I mean?
So is there anything that you've done where you go, this is not good enough to release to the public, and then just scrap it?
I literally have a trash bin. The big, like, 35-gallon jar, just full of balled up paper, man. There's so many things that I do that I just, it's a bad habit. It's a bad habit I've been trying to break, but there's things that, sometimes it's not there. I found that real fast that creativity, you have to be in the right state of mind, in the right place. It's like a perfect storm. It has to all kind of coalesce. If it doesn't, sometimes it just doesn't work.
Right.
At first, early on, I used to get frustrated. But today, it's like, if it doesn't work, I let it be. I walk away and say, you know what? This is not the moment for this piece. This is not the moment for this illustration. This is not the moment for this concept. That's when I tell you, like, those characters call you. And when you find it, when you do it, when you're on fire, when you got that flow going, man, that all those days in that giant trash bin that reminds you that, yo, you messed up 100 million times over here, but you're gonna get that one good piece out there. That's what we're all about, you know what I mean?
That's good. So you said you've been making toys for the past couple of years. You've been drawing for like 2 decades or so. What's made you get into making toys?
Man, the toys, listen, I started my career as a computer animator. That's kind of how I started all this. So I actually graduated from the Art Institute in Miami with BFA in computer animation, and I was just elbow deep in animating. And what happened was, I decided to start a family, and starting a family and animation, really tough to do at the same time. You spend so much time, creating and animating these characters that you don't have enough time for your family. So I decided real quick, our boys come first, So while I'm sitting there working in a corporate environment, one of my buddies hit me up, told me to go out to New York to a little meeting for Maya users, which is what I use. And I met the incomparable Steve Tukowski. He's in this industry. Created his own vinyl figure, the Sketchbot, and I was blown away. He basically showed me this entire workflow, which is the same workflow I did for my animation, and yet he's going left making toys. My world changed. That night was when Playful Gorilla was born. I'm being quite honest. It was an absolute life-changing moment, and I told myself, until I have my own figure on the table, I'm going to eat this, breathe this, live this, learn this, and just go ham on just taking it all in. There's artists before me that paved the way for what we do today. Grateful and thankful for these guys, and I'm just trying to make my mark. That's all. Like I said, I humbly put some pieces out there, and I just try to do whatever I can. But that's where it started, man. It's just the combination of where my life was, where I was at the time, how creatively hungry I was, and I just never looked back, man. This is an awesome niche. This is an awesome community. The toy family that I have is phenomenal, and I'm sitting here, 3 years later in Philly, managing a designer toy store and gallery, creating toys, making toys, customizing toys. It's a dream come true, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a dream come true.
So I'm looking at your style, and like I said, it's a chibi style. You said you had something signature that they know that it's yours. What would you say that signature is?
Everyone makes fun of me, but I go pupilless. I don't do pupils. I got the I call it the mean mugging look. Everybody has like little little frolled eyebrows and stuff like that, and I do a triple color kind of setup where I have the base color, a shadow, and a highlight. So these are techniques that I utilize over and over again, and retrofit what I'm doing to that style. So that's kind of, that's how you can kind of see it right off the bat.
Have you ever collaborated with other artists on what you do?
Man, all the time. I live on collaborations, man. Like, if it wasn't for people like Cash Cannon who took me under wings, Ren One, who when I first started, they were the ones, they were the ones yelling at me to come collaborate. If it wasn't for them having me collaborate, I would never be where I'm at. And today, I countless artists that I collaborate with, and it's the way we kind of build this community. It's the way I can learn from them and keep it moving. You know what I mean? It's a must in this industry. A must, absolute must.
And I know you probably have a lot of things in the works, but there's anything coming up that you want to talk about?
Yeah, so there's a few things I can't talk about, but be prepared for some awesome new prints. Some toys are down the pipeline. I got like about 25 customs that are just in the queue to get bagged out. There's a lot of stuff, man. Like I said, I'm on the road right now. We got 3 weeks ahead of us of conventions, everywhere from Six Flags Great Adventure to Wizard World Philly and beyond. So every time we do a new convention, we're dropping a new print. Again, shout out to Das Cartoons who's doing the art hustle with me here on the road. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of stuff. I gotta keep quiet on a couple things. I gotta leave the surprise for some people.
Is there anything you can talk about that's coming up?
Yeah, so I have a new resin drop in a few weeks. It's called the Gorilla. It's a little custom I made. Again, based off of one of the dunnies that I customized. We're gonna be dropping that soon. There's a couple more cans in the works, a couple more original scopes in the works. And again, if you follow the Instagram feed, Playful Gorilla, you'll definitely see all the news drop and all the releases kind of come down the pipeline. New up on deck is a Wonder Woman lineup of just like I did the Harley Quinns. We got the Justice League happening. I got the Cyborg Superman Doomsday mashup with my boy Das Cartoons. There's a new horror set coming out. So listen, it's just work upon work upon work. I just gotta find time to finish it all, you know what I'm saying? But we'll get there.
So you say you do customs. Do you only do custom prints or do custom toys also?
I do custom toys. Actually, if you want something custom, one-off original, I mean, if it's a cake topper, if it's a, whatever, I hook it up. I do right now a lot of customization of toys. I create my own line of figures. I got the Womp that's out there. I got the Gorilla that's gonna be dropping. I do a little bit of everything. Like at the end of the day, if I can take whatever you love and I can make it a unique one-off custom, send it my way. I'll take care of you.
So do you do custom prints? If somebody wanted a picture of something in particular, like a 100%. Certain character?
100%. I call them commissions, right? So if let's say you don't see it on my wall and you want it, you can commission me to come up with it. And a lot of times, the deal that we work out, super inexpensive, because I'll take it, make it a print, and everybody can enjoy that same custom. If you want it just a one-off that nobody else has, we do that too. We lock it down. Like I said, I'm from the animation field, but I'm also a graphic designer. We design logos and T-shirts and you name it. Like if it has something to do with art, I got you covered.
And once again, it's Playful Gorilla, correct?
Yep, Playful Gorilla across the board. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Tinder. No, wait, not Tinder. Wife, I'm sorry, baby, it's not Tinder. Name's Playful Gorilla. I'm a Philly artist. We're hitting here at 5 Points Festival, doing some sketches, doing some live sketches, selling some artwork. We're gonna we do some toys. Listen, I do it all, a little bit of everything. Playful Gorilla is the moniker. We've been doing this for a little bit, man. I'm on the road all the time. I usually do this concert with my homie Das Cartoons, so shout out to Das Cartoons. Yeah, man, my forte is just doing my versions of my favorite pieces growing up, characters, my original characters. We bust out some toys. Like I said, man, I love what I do. That's why we call it Playful. We're Playful Food. You gotta love what we're doing here, man. So seriously, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the whole nine. You need something, you want something special, you want something unique, I got you. All right, guys? Shout out to Level 1. Boom. We'll be on YouTube, baby.